Assalamu alaikum and hello all my viewers, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to share with you the moist and the perfect chocolate cake recipe, which is so easy to make at home with the ingredients present in our home itself. So without any further delay, let's get started and just look at the texture of the cake and how soft it is and how easily it's being cut and how spongy it is. So this cake you can also make it at the home with just few ingredients available in the home. For this, let's take a grinding jar and add in 1 egg into it. Also add half cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of oil and 1/4 cup of milk into it. You can also use melted butter in place of oil, and do not use oil which is having high flavor. So close the lid and grind it for 5 minutes. Put the grinder aside and now let's grease the cake tin. For that I'm cutting the butter paper to line the bottom of the cake tin. Just see the way I'm cutting the butter paper. This is the easiest method to cut the butter paper in the round shape easily. So here my butter paper is ready. Let's place it at the bottom of the cake tin and brush it with the oil. Do brush it at the sides properly so that the cake comes out very easily. Let's take a big mixing bowl and add the grinded ingredients into the mixing bowl. Now take a strainer to strain the dry ingredients. First of all, add 1 cup of maida into it and strain it properly. After the maida is strained, let's strain the cocoa powder. So here 4 teaspoons of cocoa powder I am using. If you don't have cocoa powder, you can use any type of chocolate biscuit and grind it and strain it this way I am doing. Now let's mix all the ingredients by moving the whisk in clockwise direction. Here, if you require some more milk, you can add some more milk by mixing it into the grinding jar. But remember to mix by only moving the whisk in clockwise or anti-clockwise, only one direction. The batter was too thick, so I added little more milk. You can also adjust the consistency and add the milk accordingly. So here you can see the ribbon like consistency is achieved. Now let's add in 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda into the batter and pour some milk on it so that it gets activated. This step I prefer to do at the last so that the cake becomes so soft and it comes out to be perfect. So let's mix the all baking powder and baking soda into the cake batter by cut and fold method. Do not over mix at this stage. Mix until all the batter is mixed properly. So mix by cut and fold method only. Here our perfect batter is ready. You can see the consistency, the ribbon like consistency must be achieved. Now let's add the batter into the cake tin and tap the cake tin twice. This step is very much necessary because the air bubbles present in the cake tin will not allow the cake to rise properly or the bubbles will form on the top. And here I'm adding some melon seeds on the top. If you want, you can skip this step or you can even add the dry fruits. So let's bake it into the oven at 180 degrees centigrade for 40 minutes. Here I have baked it and the toothpick comes out clean, which means the cake is perfectly baked. Here I'm preparing the chocolate glaze. So I'm adding a small pack of caramel chocolate into a bowl and I'll melt it by adding some milk into it by the double boiler method. If you want, you can skip this step. So here I'm unmolding the cake. You can just see how perfectly it is baked out. You can follow all my instructions and add the ingredients accordingly. Your cake will also be baked perfectly as my cake is baked now. You can just see how perfectly the butter paper is coming out and how delicious it looks. Let's invert the cake and you can just see the moist and very delicious cake is ready. put the glaze that we have made on top of it. If you want, you can skip this step is not too necessary. If you like too much chocolatey cake, you can do this step, otherwise you can skip this step. So here the most delicious and the chocolatey cake is ready to be served. Let's cut it and see how soft it is from inside, and it is being very easily cut. This shows that the cake is very nicely baked and it has become very soft. You can just look at the texture. You can also bake this cake at your home even if you don't have the oven and the preheated kadai. The results will be the same. If you like my recipe, do share it with your friends and family. Don't forget to subscribe for more such amazing recipes, and do hit a like button for this chocolate cake recipe. It will be a best recipe for the chocolate lovers. Till then, Allah Hafiz. We'll meet you in the next recipe.